Another round that followed the profile of the fight. De La Hoya was more active. Mayweather was more accurate.
Everything nice and tight. Come on, baby. He said, he feinted him. He said.
Very good.
So they took some break.
Well, we're downstairs with it.
Okay.
Break it on the body.
Go downstairs.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Get a little closer with the motherfucker.
Okay.
Emmanuel, I don't think a fighter can depend on the other fighter getting tired at the end. What if he doesn't?
Well, if he doesn't, the way this is going here, it's a good
Well,
chance that Oscar's going to win the fight.
Well, then, but he's got to fight like he's going to get 12 hard rounds from his opponent.
I think his opponent has told him that he's going to have to step it up a little bit. This is the last half. Oscar does seem to be a little fatigued, but he's still working. He's still throwing punches, and he's pushing the fight. Floyd is very accurate, as Jim said, but not active enough. And the fight is getting closer and closer, and actually, in my mind, I see Oscar pulling ahead.
In round 7, if De La Hoya won the round, he did it for a simple reason. He threw 38 jabs, landed 11. He's got to keep being active with the jab to heighten his chances of winning the fight. Between rounds, Bernard Hopkins stood up from his seat near De La Hoya's corner and screamed, jab. Hopkins, of course, one of De La Hoya's business partners in Golden Boy, along with Shane Mosley, who sparred with him. Another De La Hoya flurry, and the crowd rises again. Once again, Oscar being more active, setting up the assault with the jab, putting Mayweather on the defensive, Mayweather countering back accurately.
That's been his most effective punch tonight. Not his left hook, not his right hand, not a body punch. Oscar De La Hoya's left jab is his best punch when he uses it.
You got to take the chance that you're going to get clocked with a counter right. That's why Oscar sometimes pulls the jab and puts it back in the holster. But when he uses it, he puts Mayweather on the defensive. He's got to keep doing that. Mayweather with a hard right hand over the top. De La Hoya has stopped using the jab, and Floyd is picking his shots again.
No, but De La Hoya is picking them off because they're one shot at a time.
Well, that's the way Floyd fights, one shot at a time. Well, combinations are relatively rare.
Well, then that's something that Oscar is exploiting.
But actually, Floyd hasn't found a way to really penetrate Oscar with a solid punch. His main punch is springing left hook that he leaps at. Oscar's blocked that all night long for the most part.
Oh, it's when he counters that he does best.
The best, most authoritative punch between the two of them tonight has been the left jab of Oscar. That's been extremely effective when he throws it. Other than that, everything else has pretty much been deflected.
But he seems to have forgotten it since the beginning of this round. Now there's a jab.
In my view, Emmanuel, since I thought that Mayweather, who is almost a 2-to-1 favorite, was supposed to win this fight, given his youth, given his talent, that Oscar is doing very, very well to stay in the fight with him this long.
And then on top of that, look at it, maybe possibly pulling the head on the scorecard.
Well, in this round, he's the more energetic fighter, and Mayweather's accuracy has receded a little bit in this round, as De La Hoya has done a pretty good job of picking off punches with his gloves.
And Floyd is having a problem with hitting Oscar with anything really clearly in the finish.
Mayweather looking for one more big counter shot.
Yeah,
Oscar looking for one definitive rally down the stretch of the round. They both got in a clean punch at the end.
Oscar's doing that every round, which is very smart. Close rounds, so can go either way. He flurries at the end of those rounds and is possibly still in those rounds.
I think you got an even fight. 4 rounds apiece.
Hey! Come over here on a fucking break anyway. You know, listen, all you gotta do when you get close to the rope, time up, keep up his ass in the ring, just like you just did then. How you feel?
Waiting this guy, we need a little more movement going to him, right? Cut the ring off.
Yep.
Right? Don't let him go to his left, okay? Take, right? Cut him off.
There you see at the end of the round where Oscar De La Hoya is doing what he's been doing most of the rounds. It's close, coming in, throwing punches. Whether they land clean or not is not that important, but he's roughing him up in addition to that. Elbows, everything. And he's probably winning these rounds by doing that.
The perception is this is an even fight, close to it. Now the tension builds. Now perhaps the drama will build.
Well, and you wonder if Mayweather recognizes the danger of throwing 35 punches in a round where the opponent throws 68. I mean, Manny, your point is quite well taken. It doesn't much matter whether you're landing if you're throwing twice as much as the other guy.
And then actually Floyd is having a problem of hitting Oscar now. So he's throwing punches, but he has not found a way to penetrate.
I'll tell you what, the body punches have taken their toll. Maybe he didn't land them at a high rate, but Mayweather is defensive when Oscar goes to the body.
I think that Oscar's some kind of way figured out Floyd's rhythm is taking his punches away from him.
Big right hand over the top by Mayweather, but one punch at a time.
And Oscar sees that he's half deflecting those shots. Floyd still cannot find a way to get clean punches together. He blocked that punch.
Good left hook, but partially blocked, as Manny pointed out.
Tell me something, Emmanuel. How does a fighter get to be considered a great fighter if he throws basically one punch at a time? Although this is maybe one of the best flurries he's had all night.
Well, it's not that difficult to be the greatest. I've never considered him great. He's considered a pound for pound, but the Ray Leonards and all of that stuff, comparing him and Ray Robinson, no. He's a good fighter.
Look, he's won all of his fights, and he's won 36 out of the 37 pretty unquestionably. So, you know, obviously, from a competitive standpoint, that's hard to argue with.
Yeah,
but this sport is also about theater.
It's about theater and the caliber guys that he fought to some degree.
Well,
but he's a very talented fighter.
Another De La Hoya rally against the rope, throwing and throwing. Mayweather grinning as if to say the crowd misinterprets all this, but the fact is he's being swamped by activity in those moments.
He's winning the fight because he's busy, and Floyd cannot hit Oscar. Oscar's defense is pretty good.
Hit him that time. Incidentally, CompuBox somewhat disagrees with us about accuracy, Manny. They had Floyd landing 20 of 35 in the last round. That's high accuracy.
This is a good moment here, and for Mayweather, who senses that there is some urgency now.
He's thrown more in this round, and perhaps this is the beginning of the stretch run. He's been saying all along that De La Hoya would fade toward the end of the fight. We're into round 9, so perhaps Mayweather's mentality is, now's the time when I pick up the pace and separate myself from him, as was the case against Zab Judah.
Step back, please, fellas. There we go.
But
Watch your
Zab
head.
actually cut off. Oscar's still very aggressive.
I know
Oscar's very aggressive.
I know Oscar De La Hoya, and he ain't no Zab Judah.
Thank you.
Good work. We need a little more hustle. A little more hustle. You whooping him easy, but I'm saying he just coming forward. I'm saying you just whooping his ass. You got add more hands, a little more go. You doing good. Listen, don't go on the ropes. Tie him up in the middle. If we get here, tie him up. Other than that, whoop his ass.
Keep dropping underneath him, shot.
Listen, you gotta keep going.
All right? It's double that jab, Vaseline.
Set. After we set, don't wait in there in front too long. Reset. Hands up.
Don't stand in front of him. Be on your toes. Move your head a little bit. A little head movement. Nice and loose. Keep popping that jab. Be touching with that jab, okay?
Round 9 was probably one of the more difficult rounds in the fight to score. 3 rounds to go in Las Vegas. Drama building. Harold Letterman, how do you have it to this point?
Look at you, 87-84, 6 rounds to 3, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Jim, in that 9th round, I mean, Oscar De La Hoya throws one big flurry, the crowd goes nuts, and he never throws another flurry the entire round. I don't understand it. He looks at him, he looks at him, he looks at him. In the meantime, Floyd's popping him with clean, effective, hard punches. 6-3, Mayweather.
I have it 5-4 for Mayweather.
And please note that Harold Letterman gave the 8th round to Mayweather, a round that I personally thought might have gone to De La Hoya. So that's one of the reasons for the 3-point margin on the Letterman card. Once again in the last round, De La Hoya threw 61 punches to 35 for Mayweather. Judges aren't always that great at discerning what lands and what doesn't. They are better at simply counting punches.
Well, and also from different sides of the ring, you may see a slightly different fight.
And you know, we never know what the effect of the crowd may have on these judges here, too. Every time Oscar flurries, the crowd really erupts, whether he lands a clean punch or not. And that happens sometimes. But I give Oscar credit because Floyd has not been able to hit him that easy still. He's coming in, he's picking off Floyd's punches for the most part. Floyd looks flashy, but he's having problems hitting Oscar.
He said he would massacre Oscar. He better hurry up if he's going to massacre him.
Well, I've been certain all along that Floyd Mayweather would win the fight, but I'm pretty amazed at what Oscar De La Hoya has shown at this age and after his long stretch of inactivity. This is a spirited effort.
Very spirited effort, very determined effort, too.
Mayweather once again, more accurate, sharper puncher through this point in the 10th round. Oscar looking for one of those chances to pin him against the ropes and flurry. It has not happened here in the 10th. I think the mistake De La Hoya has made in the last couple of rounds is he put the jab back into the holster. Just hasn't thrown it enough. And that, of course, probably has to do with the quick right-hand counters of Floyd Mayweather.
Now he's playing in the Floyd's game, playing mind games.
Mayweather more elusive now, making it harder for Oscar to find those opportunities.
Work out, fellas.
Fight beginning to turn in the direction of the favorite. Mayweather dropping his hands as if to say, go ahead and lead, I'll counter you. Frustrating round for De La Hoya. 10 rounds finished, 2 rounds to go.